Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Lady Rose of Goddess Garage, and I wanted to get on here and just do a quick little video because I've been online and I've been reading comments and postings about tarot, and I wanted to kind of address some of the myths and misconceptions that surround tarot, both with readers and with customers or clients of tarot. So I've just kind of copied down some of the main ones that I've seen so that I can kind of talk about them all. So one of the first ones I saw today was that your first deck must be gifted to you. So I've heard this before. I've also heard that you can or that you are supposed to always have your tarot decks gifted to you. And when I'm teaching my tarot classes, this question often comes up right at the beginning, and I address it right away. You do not have to wait until someone gifts you a tarot deck. If you're waiting around for someone to gift you a tarot deck so that you can start to learn tarot or start to read tarot, you might be waiting for a very long time. And the other sort of like misconception is that all your tarot decks have to be gifted to you in some way. Now, as a tarot reader, I have clients that come in and maybe they've had a deck and they're just not into it, reading it, or they, it's been sitting there and it's not getting used because they come in to see me. And I've had clients come and gift me a deck, which is always lovely to receive, of course. But ultimately, if you're waiting, first of all, for someone to buy you a deck, you might be waiting for a long time, between decks or whatever. The other thing is they might not know what you're interested in, what you like, that sort of thing. Who better to choose your own decks, other than yourself? You know what you're into. It doesn't mean that you're going to connect with every deck that you buy for yourself. You might have a sort of a preconceived idea of what this deck's going to be like. I've opened decks and went, not quite what I was expecting, right? Same thing with oracle cards. Buy your own oracle cards and all that kind of stuff. So don't wait around for people to gift you your decks. That's like saying I'm going to wait around for someone to gift me new pants because I really need some. It's like, no, you pick out your own pants. The other one is that tarot is a religion. I've heard a misconception, or that it has a lot to do with, like, it's a devil thing. So first of all, tarot is not a religion. It's not a belief system. It portrays archetypes, which we all as humans go through on our journey in life, becoming more knowledgeable, wiser, more spiritually enlightened, and things like that. So it does have archetypes. It is actually a code of symbols that we all kind of react to and have an emotion about, or some kind of reaction to. So it is a symbol or a code of symbols, and they're universal. So yes, tarot, like especially Rider-Waite-Smith deck, often has like very religious type of symbols. Like it's got what looks like the Grail or the communion cup with the Holy Spirit coming down with a host. From, if any of you are Roman Catholic out there, that's an image that's on there. It's the Ace of Cups. It has, like a lot of, the Hierophant is called the Pope card. It has priests. It has, some other religious, it has a lot of angels in it. And all these things, priests and, pastors and reverends, universal thing over religion, world religion. Angels are a universal thing. So there's a lot of sort of religious symbols. It's not a religion though. And the other thing, it has nothing to do with the devil. There is a devil card in the deck, yes. But that's like saying, because the Catholic Church believes in Satan and Lucifer and we're trying not to go to hell because of him, that's like saying, well, the Catholics believe in Satan, so they must have to do with the devil. It's like, no. Just because you think Satan or Lucifer or the devil, whatever you want to call him, is a real thing, doesn't mean you're involved with him. Most people are trying to stay away from him. So just because the tarot has a devil card, it has nothing to do with the devil. In fact, there's quite a science behind tarot and why it works. It's a reaction. The tarot cards are reacting to your energy, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit here. So it's not a religion. It has nothing to do with the devil. Often when the devil card comes up, it often means it's a time for you to reflect on your life. Like, are you maybe not being as generous as you could be, both with your time and your words and even your money? You know, are you too attached to something? Whether it be a toxic relationship, or whether it be material goods, or an addiction of some kind. You know, so when the devil card comes up, it means, yeah, you're acting a little like a demon and you need to change that behavior. Tarot is only used to see the future. So I can't tell you the number of times that, you know, I've been at festivals or different shows and stuff, and people walk by and go, oh, I don't want to know anything about my future. I just don't want to know. And it's like, okay, again, at the festivals, I've always said, I'm not here to convert anyone. If you don't want to do tarot, don't do it. I'm not for. I was sitting there quietly when these people would say these things. So it's not used for just the future or seeing the future. In fact, tarot is often a reflection of you in this moment. And what tarot tends to do is it offers options. You know, it's kind of like the analogy that I often use is, if a guy comes in to see his future, and he's a guy that goes to the bar every night after work and has a few beers, you know, one of his future outcomes might be he becomes an alcoholic because he's making it a daily habit. He maybe 3 beers turn into 4, and before you know it, he's there until 11 o'clock every night, and he's got quite a few beers under his belt, you know, that sort of thing. So that's how tarot kind of maybe sees the future. Is, I mean, it does, I'm not saying it doesn't predict the future, but it predicts the future based off of your energy, based off of the path that you are on right now. So I did a reading just last week, and it was for someone with a business, and the Tower card came up, and, you know, through my reading, I could feel that this business isn't going to survive the way you're doing it right now. And so we talked about, like, what are some things she could do to change her business or to promote her business, get her name out there more, that sort of thing. So we talked about that, and that energy was there, of course, of how to improve business and how to improve getting people through the door. And I said, okay, well, let's flip another card and see if we've changed that. So we flipped another card, and she got the 10 of Pentacles. So it changed because her attitude changed within the reading. So her energy changed, and tarot reflected that. So she's going to be quite successful, which is awesome. Tarot can tell you what to do to fix your problem. Again, that goes back to showing you options. Tarot doesn't fix your problem. You fix your problem. What tarot shows you is one avenue of where you're going, that maybe you're going down the wrong path this time. Here's an avenue for things that you can do, or ways to kind of change that. Again, a lot of it is discussion back and forth. A tarot reading isn't just the cards, it's the discussion back and forth between me and my client as well. And tarot starts to reflect that as things, maybe the client's attitude, maybe there's new ideas that are popping into their head that they hadn't thought of before. Tarot is good at doing that, at showing you those options. It's not here to make decisions for you, and it's not here to tell you what to do. It can advise you, you know, maybe this is not so great and maybe this is great, because there are, you know, choice readings. But again, ultimately, it's on you to make that decision, to keep going on the path you're on, right or wrong, or to take a, you know, a direction change and try this out for a while, or whatever you feel like doing. It's not going to fix your problem. You fix your problem, and it's through the decisions that you make and the moves that you make in life that affect whether it's right or wrong, kind of thing. The negative cards means something negative will happen to you. So I talk about it a little bit in my other video, the scary cards of tarot, you know, like when death shows up or when the hangman shows up and that sort of thing. People think, oh my gosh. And Hollywood has done a very good job of making the death card like, dun, 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 death shall befall you, kind of thing. Death very rarely means death, literal death. It's a transformational card. It's a key card. So it's a huge key because you're about to transform. You're about to go through a really big door in life, and life will never be the same, and it will be great. It will be awesome. And yeah, you know, you might mourn your old way of being, but ultimately you're about to change and make a big change. The Hanging Man is actually a meditation card. It means change your perspective. Look at something from someone else's point of view. It's not just always our own point of view, right? Try to get into the other guy's shoes or whatever. Meditate, change your perspective, reflect, that sort of thing. So some of these scary cards, and again, like I said, I go into it a little bit more in my video of scary cards of tarot. So I would recommend that you watch that video if you want to sort of address some of these scary cards. Because even as a new reader, some new readers really find those scary cards scary because they're thinking, oh my God, what's the client thinking? And what does it mean again? That sort of thing. So it's always good to review that video. The other thing, the other one I was addressing here is there's no practical use for tarot. A lot of people see it as entertainment, as fun, as extra, luxury, that sort of thing. And my response to that is, what's more practical than healing? And healing on all levels. And tarot allows that space for reflection and contemplation, to role play even, you know, like what if I do this and what if I do that? Like I said, you know, back with that other reading about the business, we started talking about things that she could do to kind of improve the business, and boom, tarot changed the card. It went from Tower to 10 of Pentacles. It provides reminders a lot of the times, you know. I can't tell you the number of times I flip over a card and go, so have you not been sleeping? Have you not been doing this? Or have you been neglecting yourself in some way? And they're like, yeah, I have, you know. And it's a tarot reminding, you know, you at that point, like, this is something you need to keep up for yourself, or, you know, you got to go to the gym, or you got to spend more time being still and in meditation. You got to spend more time taking care of you, or you've got to be gentler with your family. Maybe you've been, you know, kind of tough on them. It opens up for forgiveness as well. It allows that space for allowing you not only to reflect and contemplate on yourself and on your life, but also the people that are in your life, the people that are affecting your life. Maybe there's something you're hanging on to and you can't let go of it. When the Devil card comes up, like I said, it makes you look and reflect on who is bothering you in your life. What are you hanging on to? Maybe there's a toxic relationship. Maybe you're allowing some abuse to come to you, and you know, it's about boundaries perhaps. So it opens that door for looking at forgiveness, which then allows healing. It looks at all levels of your life because it goes from spiritual to finding your truth to how much money you got in your bank account, are you getting that job, you know, that sort of thing, and what kind of job should you look for? Is it time to look now? Is it time to stay where I'm at? That sort of thing. So it goes right from everyday stuff to full-on spiritual enlightenment. So it looks at it all, because tarot understands that when we affect one level, we can't help to affect all levels. And especially when it comes to emotional and spiritual healing. Those two have huge impact on everything else. I know commercials will tell you, you know, if you've got whiter teeth, if you lose that 50 pounds, if you buy that fancy car, your life will be better and happier. And I'm a person that will say to you, if you find that aha moment if you step into your truth, if you realize where your boundaries are and you enforce them. That will have bigger impact on you than that 50 pounds or that new car or those whiter teeth. It doesn't mean you won't lose weight. It doesn't mean you won't be so successful you'll buy the fancy car. And it doesn't mean that maybe you'll whiten your teeth. I don't know. but you'll feel more confident, and it will impact you in ways that you can't even imagine, as far as, getting that, job, that promotion, or making that big bank account grow bigger with your, successful paychecks or your successful business. And it will allow you to kind of grow in all areas. It reflects your energy and the energy of your higher self. So most importantly, it really kind of reflects your higher self, which is your subconscious, which is the one that's taking in all the information that your conscious mind does not pick up. We filter out a lot when we're awake. I always do the exercise of putting your finger on your nose so you see your nose. And for the next, and I keep it there for about a minute. I get my students to keep it there for about a minute. And after you take your finger away, your brain still sees the nose. But in a few seconds or so, sometimes it takes 3, sometimes it takes 10, your brain will start to filter it back out again. Because really, we can see our nose. If you look at your nose, you'll see it. And you'll see it when you turn your head or whatever. But your brain filters a lot of it out most of the time. And when we're awake, when we're conscious, when our conscious mind is thinking, that's actually the slower side of our mind. The subconscious is way, way faster. And that's why it deals with all the emotional stuff. It takes on the spiritual stuff. It talks to us in dreams. And it has so much information that it's processing. And thus, that's why it communicates to us through our dreams, because it does symbols and pictures like the tarot does. And it's sort of like a picture's worth 1,000 words. It has thousands of words to tell you, when this happened, blah, 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 and when that happened, blah, 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 and, we need to, you forgive this person, we need to do this, and we need to do that, and here's me processing this emotion of my boss, riding my ass about something at work or whatever, right? But instead it'll give it to you in pictures. And the trick to dreams, because so a lot of people, I often ask my clients, do you dream journal? And sometimes they're like, yeah, I do, or yeah, I should, I know, blah, blah, blah. Now, the trick to dream journaling is not just in writing down your dreams. Definitely that's important. But what you need to do to really understand your dreams is look at the pattern that your dreams are taking. So if you do like a week's worth of dreams in your journal, you can look back. So it's the looking back and the reflecting that gives you the message that your subconscious, your higher self, is trying to give you. Because there's certain things that we notice as humans. We notice faces and we notice patterns. It's just in our DNA to notice these things. And our subconscious speaks to us through symbols and patterns, and it creates pictures. That's why whales are purple, and maybe there's a dozen balloons in your kitchen in your dream, or whatever it might be. That's why you dream weird things. But put all those weird things together and you'll start to see a pattern. And then if you can interpret those symbols, and a lot of them are universal symbols, some of them are symbols specifically for you, because again, it's your own brain that's talking to you, so they know what symbols are going to sort of wake you up, pun not intended. And it's in seeing and reflecting on those patterns and seeing what your mind is really trying to tell you. So give it a try. The tarot, like I said, is also a symbol system, and it provides knowledge. So it reflects a lot of what your subconscious is trying to tell you anyways. And you'll find knowledge and messages in that because it's reflecting your own energy. Because it's I used to get clients to hold my cards. COVID, I don't get them to do that anymore. But what I do get them to do is I will put the deck down in front of them, and then we'll have a little conversation like, how's life going? What's going on? That sort of thing. And they'll start to talk. And when they talk, that's their energy coming in. And the tarot deck picks up on that energy. And then, for whatever reason, when I shuffle those cards, because it's their energy that's in the room, the right cards come up to the surface or come up to where they're supposed to be. And we pull the cards and we see what's going on. So those are a few of the myths that I just wanted to go through, because there's a lot of misconceptions about tarot out there. And if you have friends, if you're doing tarot and your friends are like, oh, I don't want to know my future, oh, it's all about devil and that sort of thing, some of those things have been addressed. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.